I'm back. Hopefully for a little reading vlog, we will see how this all plays out. So basically I kept waiting to vlog and make videos kind of for the simple reason that I wanted life to be less chaotic, and I just was waiting for this lull in my week or my days when I could just whip out the camera and we'd have time to do all the things. And I just kind of realized I'm gonna have to bring you along with me with the chaos and the crazy. So this is the state of things right now. And I'm just bringing you along with me because otherwise it will never happen. So welcome. I am hoping that by making this video, I have accountability to read this week. That is my main priority. So I'm hoping this will be a reading vlog. We'll see. But yeah, I basically just want to get into my books this week. I feel like with everything going on in the world and the country right now, I'm really distracted. I'm really in my feelings. I'm just a little unhinged, if we're being honest. But we're gonna try and have some self-care this week. So even if it's like a page or two in the random pockets in my day, I really want to commit to doing that. And so that's what we're gonna do. And today, my girls are at preschool. I have some work to do today. I have a blog post that I'm working on, my favorite books of 2024, very exciting post. I'll link it down below when I finish it. But yeah, I'm working on that blog post. I have some other blog posts I need to optimize and update. I have a work agreement that I need to write up and send, an invoice I need to send. So I have some like admin-y things with my freelance editing business. And I have some like laundry and meal prep stuff to do. So it's a lot. It's a lot. And today's Wednesday, which is a busy day for us. So I'm going to lean in heavily with my audiobooks. I've already been listening like crazy today to A Love Song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams. That is our book club pick of the month for the No Thanks We're Booked book club. If you don't know about it, check all the details down below. And we're actually meeting tonight via Google Meet. So I really need to finish this book. I have like 45 minutes left in the audiobook. And I'm really enjoying it. I always love Tia Williams. She's fantastic. She is a little on the spicier side. This book, I'm not sure if it's my favorite of hers, but I really love the premise. It's a little bit of a magical, I guess I'll say a love story 100 years in the making is kind of how they're marketing the book, or that's sort of the main description. And it's set in New York City. It's set in Harlem. The characters are fantastic. I'm sure I'll speak about it more once I finish the book, but that is what I'm listening to currently. I'm reading The Wednesday Wars. Can't remember the name of that author for the life of me, but I'll put his name somewhere in this video. But he's a middle grade author. The covers of his books are terrible, but I have been convinced to read him by Katie, my friend at Life Between Words, who I ran the podcast with, now run the book club with. Yes. And she loves his books and told me I would love them. So I've been slowly reading that middle grade book. I finished The Favorites by Lainey Fargo, I want to say. And I actually have a full in-depth book review about that book if you're interested on my blog with like book club discussion questions and all the things. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out what my next read is going to be because I'm almost finished with The Wednesday Wars. I think I'm feeling an ebook. I've been doing a lot of physical books and audiobooks. I think I'm ready to take on an ebook. Yeah, that feels right. But for now, I'm gonna get some work done and I will check in with you in a little bit. Quick Remus sighting.
Oh, hi. Did I wake you? I'm so sorry.
Even though I have a whole blog post coming about my top favorite books of 2024, I wanted to share a few of them here. I will probably post a separate video with everything, but I'll share 3 favorites from last year just for the sake of having bookish content in this vlog. Margot's Got Money Troubles by Ruthie Thorpe was the most surprising book that I read last year, I think. I really did not expect to love it as much as I did, given that it's a book about sex workers, kind of, and influencer culture. And I don't know, it was just like, you read the synopsis and it's not anything I would ever gravitate toward, just personally. And I was so blown away by this book. I thought the writing was really sharp. I thought the prose was beautiful. I thought it was so funny. I rarely laugh in books. I mean, like, I'll think books are funny and they'll make me smile or whatever, but I will not straight up cackle while reading a book very often. And that book was just hilarious to me. And there's something about the quirky characters that I am still thinking about today. So definitely Margot's Got Money Troubles. Go read the synopsis. Actually, I have a full book review on my blog that I'll link down below. The God of the Woods, of course, by Liz Moore, was my favorite literary mystery of the year. It was complex, multi-layered characters, really, I thought rich storytelling, was not at all what I thought it would be when I read it. But yeah, I will read anything Liz Moore writes at this point. Loved that book. Okay, I'll leave you with one more, and then you have to check out the blog post to read the rest of them. Same as It Ever Was by Claire Lombardo was definitely a favorite of the year. I'll read anything Claire Lombardo writes also. She wrote, why am I blanking on the book title? The Most Fun We Ever Had. The Most Fun We Ever Had. And I loved that book. She just captures the human heart. I think it was the New York Times. I'm not exactly sure where, but somewhere somebody called her the cartographer of the human heart. And I think it was the best description of Claire Lombardo. She is so good at describing these intimate details that make you feel like you're in the room with these characters. She's so good at communicating all of the miscommunications between people and the family dysfunction and just the complexities of human relationships. And this book I loved a lot. It was more insular than The Most Fun We Ever Had, mainly because we only follow one POV in Same as It Ever Was. And yeah, I still loved it so much. I have a few other books that I think I was surprised by. I don't know if you all would be surprised or not, but they were definitely on my top favorite books of the year list. So yeah, check out the video. If I can create that, I will, and the blog post as well. And let me know what your favorite books of last year were, because I love reading backlist books. They're just easier to get at the library. So hopefully, you know, I'll have a few of your favorites on my reading list this year.
Hi, hello. It's been a few days. I kind of fell off with vlogging. You did not miss much, but I did have some bookish conversations and some reading time since the last time we spoke. We had book club. That was one thing. Finally finished a love song for Ricky Wilde and discussed it that night at book club, which was so much fun. I love chatting with these girls about the books we read. I mean, it's been so much fun. If you're interested in joining a virtual book club, definitely check ours out, the No Thanks for Booked book club that I run with my friend Katie. Yeah, it was a great time. I feel like the book itself, now that I've had time to digest it, I feel like it was a pretty good romance book, maybe like a 3.5 read for me, not like necessarily a standout romance book, mainly because the things I really loved about the book didn't really have anything to do with the actual romance. I liked the world that Tia Williams created, and I liked the characters and the writing style. I liked a lot of the book, but the romance itself was a little insta-lovey, didn't have like so much of the spark that I was hoping for. But that said, I was rooting for the characters the whole time and I really enjoyed it. There were just some things that I felt like could have been better. And I don't want to give away anything, but there is a magical realism element to this book, and that was probably my favorite part of the whole book, not really necessarily the romance. So it is what it is. What else did I do? I mean, went to a birthday party with Tilly. That was fun. Had a little cozy reading night by myself and finished the Wednesday Wars. That was a wonderful read. I can't wait to get to the second one. I went to a really wonderful author event at my church. It's a great author and songwriter, storyteller, Andrew Peterson. He spoke about God and the garden and like his faith and what it means to delight in God's creation, and that was super enjoyable. I got up really early this morning to read my new book, Good Dirt. It's one of my most anticipated books of the year, and it's also our book club pick for February. And I can already tell that I'm going to love this book. Like, it's, you know, when you just open a new book or, you know, read a new book on your Kindle or something, and you just get that spidey sense that this is going to be maybe an all-time favorite, or just, you know, it's just going to be a hard-hitting book that you're going to be thinking about for a long time. That is how I feel so far about Good Dirt, which is making me very hopeful. So I have some things to do around the house. I need to pick a new audiobook. I'll let you know once I figure that out, what it will be. And I also want to take some time during Harriet's nap to sit down and read more of Good Dirt, because I'm really enjoying it. Tilly has a play date here. So there's going to be 2 little girls giggling and running around for the afternoon, and then we have a small group gathering with some friends in the evening for dinner. So I don't know if I'll get a ton of reading done, but I'm going to try to for the next like hour or so. Oh, I forgot to mention, I also went to a coffee shop with some dear friends here in Raleigh, and we all worked together at this coffee shop for a little bit, and that was really sweet. I love co-working with friends. It's just the best perk of working from home and freelancing. And speaking of work, one thing that's kind of playing in my mind is a new project that I just started with a publisher, and it's in a chapter book, and I'm really excited about it. It's the first one in the series. I think there's going to be 2 more, maybe 3 more. And it's going to be like a cold read proofread, and it's pretty clean, I've been told from the publisher. So I'm excited. I looked into it and it looks really good, but I need to kind of carve out the time in my schedule for that. So I am sort of not really working today, but sitting down and kind of thinking about my schedule for the coming week and when it makes sense to add that into everything. I feel like the hardest thing with being a freelancer is juggling your schedule, juggling different projects, and kind of seeing where everything fits and accounting for the time appropriately. It's also the hardest thing when you're just starting out. So I've been doing this for like a decade now. So I've gotten really good at assessing how long certain projects will take me and adding some buffer time for like unexpected things. And I feel like, especially being a parent, that is the hard thing. Like a couple of weeks ago, I actually had to tell a production editor who assigns me work with this publisher, that I would not be able to take on a project because we all got hit with the stomach bug. And it was like a very short, it wasn't a rushed project, but it was a short turnaround. And it just wasn't going to be possible for me. And I hate doing that as a freelancer. I want to be I want everyone to be able to rely on me, and I feel like I am a reliable person, but it's kind of a full-time job and you have a sick day or something comes up, like you just have to create that time in your schedule, a little bit of buffer time for stuff like that when it happens, because you just can't prepare for it. Anyway, enough gabbing. I am going to go do some reading.
Love me or hate me, partners in maiden. Winnie ladies hungry herd rushed to meet him. Animals can be picky eaters. Luckily, all he had
under covers, now it's taking me again. Eating biscuits, sharing.
Hello, I figured it was time for an update. Don't mind the crazy right now. It's been a day already. Got back from the gym and I have been working for the last hour on mostly admin stuff. Sent over a work agreement and an invoice. I need to do one more invoice before I can switch gears on some house things. But yeah, I have been loving, I just had to update you because I have been loving Good Dirt so much. I'm almost done with the book. It's kind of everything I hoped it would be. I'll have more complete thoughts later, but I have just been really trying to carve out some time in my week to read outside. It's been really nice outside, so taking some time to read out on the porch swing, read in the evenings, read in the early mornings. I've been audiobooking it up as well. It's just been really sweet. And I know that it's been a good reading week when my 5-year-old is following me around with books and kind of wants to do what I'm doing. And she has recently been obsessed with the series Fabled Stables by, oh my gosh, why can I not remember any author's names? Jonathan something. He wrote Sweep, A Girl and Her Monster, which is a middle grade book. Absolutely beautiful book. And this is an early chapter book that we've been reading. There's 3 books in the series, and we have been reading them to her nonstop, over and over and over again. And so I have the audiobook, and she's familiar enough with the book to where she can flip pages. She knows when it's time to flip pages, even though she can't read yet. And that has been really fun. She'll sit for 30 minutes and flip pages and listen to that audiobook and then start it over and do it again. So I feel like our rest time in the day where we're reading is starting to become a family thing, and it just makes me so happy. I am starting on a new copy edit today for a women's fiction book. This is an author I've worked with in the past. I think 7 years ago maybe was the last time I've worked with her. So it's always an exciting day when I start a new project. And I will probably talk about this more in future vlogs, but I am sort of ramping up my work hours these days and taking on some more projects. And after having little kids and being really used to the habit of not taking on work and passing projects on and basically limiting my work hours for a long time to fit our schedule and our needs, our family's needs, I'm finally at the point where I feel like I can ramp up my hours slowly. And it's really exciting. So it just feels like things are changing a lot, but I think it's going to be a good rhythm for our family. I'm going to go get started on a crock pot recipe so that we have an easy dinner tonight. And I'll probably listen to an audiobook while I do that, but I'll check back in with you later.
Get me down, no, you just gotta keep up, 'cause I ain't gonna slow down, no, everyone just wanna get to know ya. 이미 시작된 걸. I'm sweet, so sweet. You could stop my honeybee, you just wait and see.
Hello, good morning. It is a very cold and dreary day today, so I am about to get as cozy as I can and get started on some editing. I realized I never updated you on the chapter book that I've been working on, so it took me about 5 hours to complete. And it was such a cute project, so much fun. I'm really hoping that the timing works out to where I can finish the books in that series. But the chapter books reminded me that I didn't take you to the library with me yesterday with the girls, but I got so many books. And I thought I would just rapid fire share some of our favorite book series right now. The Welly Wishers are an amazing early chapter book series. It's American Girl Doll, and it's just a group of friends and their cute little adventures in the garden. Tilly really likes it. The audiobooks are fun too. We also have the Emily Winsnap Mermaid series that Tilly loves. Harriet actually can sit for this too, which is crazy because she's 2.5. I don't know anything about this series, Poppy the Pirate Dog and the Missing Treasure, but this is the same author who wrote the Mermaid series, so we're gonna give it a try. We checked out some of the Fabled Stables books again because Tilly is obsessed. We've got a couple picture books in here, but I just want to show you the chapter books, the early readers. Tilly grabbed this Clifford graphic novel. I doubt we're gonna do this, but I like to give her a chance, you know? This one is called The Bad Guys, and the librarian recommended it. I think this might be a little advanced for Tilly, but I think it's going to be really silly. And I think she'll like that. We also have Unicorns of the Secret Stable series. I don't know much about this one, but Tilly saw it, and Tilly and Harriet love unicorns. We also got some Llama Llama early readers that are currently in Harriet's room. She loves Llama Llama. We listened to the audiobooks, and it's like 45 minutes for the whole collection, and it's perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go snuggle up and start on the copy editing pages for today. If you have stuck around this far, thank you so much for watching. It's always fun to share a little reading vlog, a little week in my life with editing and mom things. If you wanna know my thoughts on Good Dirt, and I didn't even talk about the audiobook I'm listening to right now, definitely follow me over on Instagram at Molly Reads and check out the blog. I'm sure I will be doing a full in-depth book review for Good Dirt because it has been incredible. I think that's it. I'll see y'all next time.